I hear how many of you heard Laurel?
It sounds like Laurel.
How many heard?
Hey guys, it's Allie Marshall. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you're here. Today we're going to be talking about something that everybody is doing and I had to get my hands on. I think I bought it the first day it came out and I was so excited about it because I love Physicians Formula, but of course we are talking about the new limited edition butter bronzer little palette, and I got it in light and medium. So today we're just gonna be doing some swatches and giving my impressions. I have played with this for a few weeks now. I have a few opinions on everything so far, including the fragrance, so stick with me and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this. As always guys, don't forget to like and subscribe right down here to keep up with me and this little guy and all of our makeup reviews. So this palette came out a few weeks ago from Physicians Formula limited edition with two new highlighters, and I had actually never tried their butter highlighter before, although I have tried their butter bronzer before. I did like their butter bronzer, but since I am so fair, sometimes, you know, in the winter time, it can really pull a little bit too orange for me, but I really do like the formula of it. It's really buildable, it's really blendable, and it just gives you a really gorgeous, healthy glow, and it works for me when I do have a little bit more color in the summer months. So I bought this palette about 2 weeks ago when it just came out because I was so excited. I was just so excited to try it out myself, and I was just so interested in how the fragrance smelled because this is their first ever fragrance. So I really wanted to grab this palette, especially since I had two limited editions, and after the Wet n Wild release where that powder highlighter is sold out and super expensive everywhere, like even on eBay. I think they were selling for like $50 now, which is so ridiculous. I had to get my hands on this. I had heard so much about the formula of these butter highlighters and I was so skeptical almost about, like, you know, what they actually felt like and did they actually feel like butter like everyone was saying, and I never bought them. I just kind of expected them to be too glittery or something. So let's open this guy up. So when I opened this, I actually really struggled. That was kind of the only annoying thing about this palette, was you have to take the entire thing out to get the plastic casing over it off, which was so annoying. But the packaging is so cute, and you can see, like, right here, it's so holographic and cute, and I feel like everybody's doing holograph, but like I really do love it. So it talks a little bit about the formula of these guys and what's in it, and it first has the Muru, which was in the butter bronzer, and I don't know if the rest are in the original butter bronzer, but it also has Cupasao butter, I think. I don't know how to say that. Cupapco? Oh, this is bad. And it says it's from the lush, nutrient-rich Amazon and packed with essential fatty acids and provitamins. I have no idea what provitamins are. That soften, condition, and moisturize the skin, leaving it silky soft. Okay, so I have noticed that it doesn't sit on any of my dryness, and I have super dry skin, and usually highlighters kind of just like chunk a little bit if, you know, it's a little too dry of a formula. So I have noticed that it is pretty moisturizing, and it does go on really nice and kind of dries down to a powder. You have to try this. You have to go rub your fingers in these guys because it is the most insane feeling. Like when you first try it for the first time, it feels like melting butter, and it is such a strange formula, but it goes on so beautifully to the skin. It sits so well on all of my other foundations and concealers and everything. It just plays so well with the rest of my makeup. So in this palette, there are 3 little limited edition gifties in here, which I was so excited for. 2 of them are the butter highlighters, which I was super excited about just because they were colors I really haven't seen in highlighters for a while. The butter highlighters in both palettes are the same color, so it's just something to know when you go out and buy this palette. In the light to medium palette, it is bronzer in the color Bronzer, which is interesting. I don't know why they just didn't say bronzer. And then there's blush in Natural Glow, which is kind of like a nice light peachy. The thing I was really excited about was the new fragrance that Physicians Formula put out, which was included in this little palette. It's their Butter Paradise, which is supposed to smell exactly like the original butter bronzer, which is this like beautiful, summery, coconutty, like sunscreen, beachy smell. This smells to me very similar to my bestie's dry shampoo. That was my very first impression, was it smells exactly like that. Upon having a few more whiffs of it, it does smell like the butter bronzer, but it has a slightly more mature, oh, I just dropped my cap. It has a slightly more mature smell, so maybe like a little musk, but it smells very nice and warm. It does have the original smell of the butter bronzer, like maybe more inspired by it, but it's more wearable for the everyday. I did actually surprisingly wear this one day to work, and I kept getting these whiffs of like coconutty, butter bronzery, and it was really nice, and it lasted a long time, which I was really pleasantly surprised about. It does smell nice, especially for people who like this kind of a thing. I think that you will really like this. I think it's very mature and really kind of expensive smelling for a physician's formula product. It's pretty cool. Here are some swatches of the light to medium butter palette, and I'm going to start with the bronzer in bronzer. So here is that, and you can kind of see it right here. Next, I'm going to go in with my blush in Natural Glow, which also has like a luminous quality to it, and it is really subtle. I have noticed I have to build this up a lot, and by the time I build this guy up, I have such a golden glow to it, and it's it looks more like a highlighter than a blush in the end. And I've noticed after a day goes by, like after work, all I really have left is the glow. I don't really have any pink anymore. So now we are going to go into the limited edition highlighter in Full Moon, which is kind of a golden tone, and it is so pigmented. Like, look how it is absolutely so pigmented, and just this beautiful wet highlight. And there's I like can't get over the formula. It literally is butter. It like feels like liquid, and on your skin it is just this perfect wet highlight. And I feel like most golden undertones end up being a little too dark for my skin tone, so I was really excited about this. So the next swatch I'm doing is the highlighter in Galactic, which I was really excited about, and it's kind of a lilac toned highlight, and just, I mean, you can see this right here. It is also so beautiful and just like really gorgeous. It has kind of a silver undertone with the lilac, and it runs a little bit too deep for my skin tone as a highlighter. So we're gonna play a little bit with this palette on my face just so you guys can really see how it looks on the skin. So I've already done my foundation, my concealer, I've kind of done everything and prepped, primed, all set up for this palette, so I'm so excited to get started. So let's go in with the bronzer first and kind of warm up my face because it is a little pale right now, and I am going to go in with my current favorite, which is the Morphe R2 bronzer brush. I really like to use this, and it really blends out bronzers really nicely, especially the butter bronzer. So I'm just going to dip right in here and dust it off just a little bit and go into my cheek right here. So what's really nice about this is it's really nice and buildable. You don't just, like, you can't really go in and like make an orange streak right across your face, which like is kind of comforting to me. So I'm still just kind of building up to the amount of color I want in my cheeks. And today I'm gonna kind of bring it onto the cheeks a little bit because I'm kind of looking a little bit colorless. I've been feeling like a little bit out of the weather. Here in New Jersey, it's been really rainy and just wet and cold. So I've been feeling like definitely a little bit gross. And then I'm going to bring the same guy every time you gotta dust off. It really makes such a difference. But I'm gonna bring this guy now up onto my forehead, my big old forehead, and this kind of helps it make it look a little smaller. And I like really push it into my hair just because like I kind of have some little baby hairs, and then like when it looks like paler than my forehead, it looks kind of weird. So like gotta get in all these guys. So next we're going to go into the blush in Natural Glow, and it may look like I have some blush on, but I don't. The brushes make my cheeks all pink, so it's just my natural blush. Promise, guys. So now I'm going to go into the blush, which I'm pretty excited about because I've never tried their butter blush. I'm going to go in right now with my Natural Glow. Right now I am using the M530 brush from Morphe. And I'm just gonna go right onto the apples of my cheeks. I'm going to do my best to show you guys how much of a glow there is on this. It's like very glowy. Hopefully you can, I can already kind of see it in the lights. And you can see it's very subtle. Like you cannot just go in and like pile blush on your cheek. Oh, there is so much of this glow. Like right now in my mirror right here, it just looks like kind of a yellowy streak. There is a lot of like gold highlight. Hold on, let's see. So that is the blush right here. But right now it is very, very gold. The most exciting part for me, we're gonna do the highlighters in this palette, and I'm gonna start with Full Moon, and I'm just gonna rub it, and it is so buttery. And like if you can see this on my finger right here, like just look how crazy that is. I'm gonna go in with my finger. It's kind of what the I like most with this highlight actually. I feel like just brushes, like a dense brush works really nicely, but I think it just works really nicely with my finger, and I kind of just go in on the high points of my face, create a little line, and then I'll go back in and kind of blend out the like the edges of where I put it. Now, although it doesn't look the greatest on my skin, I'm gonna go into Galactic anyways. I have not put this just plain onto the cheek just because all my swatches have been so glitter. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? Actually, this would look pretty cute for a festival. It does not swatch as dark as it does like on my hand. It looks much fairer on the face, and it is pretty glittery. Like I definitely get a lot of extra texture on my skin, and like right around here I don't have a whole lot of texture, so it's definitely interesting. So here it is on the skin right here, and I hope you guys can see the glitter on my cheeks. If you go over it kind of with a natural hair brush, it does kind of brush away just a little bit of the glitteriness. Granted, like it's not as binding as it was, not as like wet highlight, but it's not as glittery. Like if you can see right here, it did take away a little bit of the glitter, but it's also not blinding anymore. So it like, you know, you have the pros and cons. But yeah, so this is my really simple look that I did with this Butter Collection palette in the light to medium. And on this side, I have their gold tone highlighter in Full Moon mixed with, of course, their Pearl, just to make it a little bit more fair. And on this side, Galactic with a little bit of Pearl on top too. It just kind of, it smoothed it out from the glitteriness to kind of like a really pretty soft highlight. And they're just like the perfect kind of like lazy girl hack. Like I've thrown this in my purse, and I like to like reapply just like on right here on my high points of my face. Make sure you have a setting spray because this can wear off so quickly just because it is so buttery. I have noticed it doesn't last as long as some of my other highlights, but that's just something to be wary of. I guess it's because of their formula. I'm not sure. The only thing I have to say about this is it's really, really bulky, just the way it's packaged, but it has a cardboard top, and I'm not sure how these guys are going to hold up just having a cardboard like magnetic top. A little concerned that these guys are going to dry out, but I guess we'll see. I'll update you guys in the comments below. It's really amazing what Physicians Formula is doing, and for the price point, really unbelievable products coming out from them, and I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed by this brand all the time these days. So you go Physicians Formula, love you, amazing. So guys, that is my review on the Physicians Formula Butter Collection in my light medium. I really am loving this, and it's definitely worth going out and, you know, making the trip or buying it online. But yeah, so that's kind of what I have to say about all of this, and I hope you guys like my video, and don't forget to hit the like button right down here and subscribe to make sure that you stay a part of our little family that's happening here, you know, slowly but steadily. But I really appreciate all the follows and likes and the comments I get from you guys, and if you guys ever want me to try something else out or, you know, see what my opinion is on it, definitely let me know in the comments. I love to see, you know, just to see you guys interact with me. It's so cool, and I've been really loving the responses and the positivity on YouTube and Instagram, and it's been a really cool process. So I really appreciate you guys being here, and I hope you like my video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!